Yo, what's going on, bro? So in this video, I'm gonna be going over the 7 subtle signs that a woman likes you, but she's trying to hide it from you. And this could be for many different reasons, but a lot of times women just want to play it cool. They want to play it player. They don't want to come off like every other woman that they may perceive that you have pursuing you, right? There's many different reasons, again, why they're going to do this, but those are some of the reasons why. You may see that women, although they will like you and they are attracted to you, they're not going to be obvious about it. So that's exactly why I'm making this video for you today. That way, whenever these subtle signs do arise, you'll be able to recognize them and know what's up. Now, before we do hop in today's video, if you want extra help when it comes to maximizing your looks, becoming the most attractive and confident version of yourself, while also being able to attract the woman that you desire, then I would highly suggest that you check out my free IAB training. I will have it linked down below in the description in the pinned comment. Definitely check that out after this video. I've been able to help a lot of men when it comes to maximizing their looks, getting their confidence back, or increasing their confidence and attracting their ideal dream woman. So again, check that out after this video. With that being said, let's go ahead and let's hop into the video. So sign number 1 is that she's easily available for you. So this is when a woman makes herself easily available to you as far as her schedule goes, as far as meeting up with you, going on dates with you, spending time with you, just overall seeing you. She's going to make herself easily available to you, and she's going to do this with enthusiasm, optimism, and urgency, right? She's going to make sure that even if she has a tight-knit schedule, even if she works a job like nursing or just some type of professional job that requires her to work a lot of hours and her schedule may be very busy and even exhausting, she's still going to find ways to make sure that she can see you and spend time with you. And she'll even work around your schedule, or she may move things around in her schedule so that she can see you. You may have a very busy schedule. You're probably a man on his mission. You're working, you're hustling, you're making your money as you should be. You're trying to do everything that you can to be productive. You don't have a whole bunch of availability in your schedule maybe, but even though you may not have a whole bunch of availability in your schedule, she's going to find ways to accommodate to your schedule or make life a little bit easier for you to see each other because she's really into you. And you're going to notice that with these type of women, man, there's no, hey, let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you, or hey, I'll let you know when it comes to trying to set up a date or a meetup or whatever with the woman. You're not going to get any of these, here, let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you, and then she never actually gets back to you. Because women who say those things, they know that they're not really trying to see you. They know that they're not really attracted to you. They're just trying to be nice to you and let you down easy. But women who are highly attracted to you, women that really want to see you and spend time with you, you're not going to hear them utter these words at all. And if they do say these things, they're actually genuine. Like maybe they do have to genuinely check their schedule, but they're going to let you know immediately, again, with enthusiasm, urgency to see you, and they're going to find ways to make you two spending time with each other happen. And one thing that I want you to keep in mind as well, and I'm going to probably repeat this throughout the video, is that women won't create their own roadblocks or obstacles that would prevent them from seeing you. I repeat, women won't create their own roadblocks and obstacles that would prevent them from seeing you. What do I mean by that? Meaning they're not going to get in their own way of trying to spend time with you. They're not going to get in their own way when they really want to see you. So sign number 2 is that she never flakes on a date with you. So a woman that is really into you, man, she's never going to flake on a date with you, ever. Now, here's the thing. If she does flake on you, if she does have to reschedule, she will reschedule, but she will actually reschedule as far as setting up a different time and day for you. And she's going to be more apologetic about the fact that she has to switch up on you, maybe last minute. She really doesn't want to, but something unforeseen happened, and maybe she really has to give her time and attention to whatever that thing is that may have came up abruptly. Whatever the case is, she's going to reschedule with you. She's going to offer a time and day to see you, and she's going to be apologetic about it, and she's going to make up to you. So if you see that happen, she's being genuine and she does want to see you, because things do happen, things do pop up, and sometimes we do have to reschedule plans last minute, right? Because of the unforeseen circumstances that may arise. However, by and large, you're going to see that woman that's really into you is never going to flake on you when it comes to going on a date with you, meeting up with you, seeing you, all those things. And the more times that you go on a date with a woman, or you see a woman, you meet up with her, whatever the case is, and she constantly shows up without any type of problems, without any type of resistance in the sense of, oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make it, or I gotta see if I'm gonna be able to make it tonight, all those things. If you see that a woman is meeting up with you every single time, no problem, that's going to let you know that she really likes you, that she's really into you. And here's the thing. One of the ways that you would be able to see this as well, and I'm not saying go and do this purposely, but sometimes we may have to reschedule. I know I've had to reschedule on women multiple times. I've had to reschedule on the same woman multiple times. And whenever I was able to follow through on a certain time and day, and I wasn't doing that like on purpose, like as far as trying to mess with her or trying to run game and all that, like I wasn't doing any of that. I had to genuinely reschedule. But even though I had to reschedule, whenever we did actually stick to a time and day for us to meet up, she still followed through. She never rescheduled on me. She never flaked on me, even when I had to genuinely reschedule on her, which is even more telling of her attraction for you, in my opinion, because even when maybe you have to reschedule, she doesn't try to get back at you, or she doesn't try to be petty with it or anything like that. She'll actually follow through when you guys actually have a time and day set for you to meet. Moving on to sign number 3 is that she follows up with you, man. So women will follow up with you when they really like you and when they are attracted to you. So they'll make sure to check in with you. And this can go for many different situations, right? For many different contexts. Let's say if you guys have a date or a meeting planned, she may follow up with you first to make sure that you guys are still good to spend time with each other, to make sure that you guys are still good for the date, or you guys are still good for the meetup. Maybe she's coming over to your place, right? Something chill. She may follow up with you, bro, to make sure that you guys are still good. Mostly it's usually dudes who do that. Right? Like, hey, are we still good for tonight and stuff like that? Which, side note, don't ask something like, hey, are we still good for tonight? More so make a statement. You can reach out to a woman and say, hey, Sarah, hope you're having a great day today. Just letting you know I'm good for tonight. I'll see you at 7 p.m. Right? Something like that. Be more masculine, be more matter of fact with it. Don't say, hey, are we still good for tonight? It just gives off a needy vibe, in my opinion. Right? But women will follow up with you. They will check in with you when it comes to these type of situations. They will also follow up with you after the date. So let's say that you and a woman go on a date or you guys meet up. She will follow up with you unprompted on your end, as far as like saying, hey, let me know when you get home, and text me when you get home, when you make it safe, all those things. Women will message you first and follow up with you to let you know that they had a good time with you, without you having to say, hey, let me know when you get home safe, text me when you get home safe. Because if you say something like, hey, text me when you get home safe, you're giving her a task to follow as far as texting you. It's not something that she's doing voluntarily. That's why I would just have the woman text you. Don't say, hey, text me when you get home. You can say, hey, drive safe, get home safe. You can say that, but don't say, hey, text me when you get home. Let her reach out to you, because if you see that she reaches out to you on her own voluntarily, it just shows that she had a good time with you and that she's really into you, because she went out of her way to follow up with you to tell you that she had a good time with you. And just to give you an example, this is actually a screenshot from my client, Justin. Shout out to you, Justin. You're part of my client success highlights in this video. But Justin just went on a date with a woman that choosed him while he was in his downtown area of his city. And he was looking fly, looking fresh. And she was choosing up on my boy Justin. And I was just following up with him to make sure that him and the woman were still good for the date, because he told me about this on a call. And then this is when he messaged me. He said, what's up, bro? Date went great. She complimented my outfit and texted me after how much of a good time she had. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, women will follow up with you to let you know that they had a good time with you. And here's the thing. One thing to keep in mind is, in this type of situation, this is going to really show you if a woman's feeling you like this. Let's say that you're trying to set up a meeting or a date with a woman, but because of her schedule, because of maybe the timing of you guys meeting, whether this was like on Instagram, on a dating app, in person, whatever the case is, maybe you guys are trying to facilitate a meetup or a date, but maybe she has to go out of town for something genuinely, or she can't meet up with you, let's say within a week to a week and a half, 2 weeks max, because of something going on in her schedule. Instead of messaging a girl back and forth while she's like on vacation or traveling, whatever the case is, and you guys are planning on setting up a date, tell the woman to reach out to you basically when she's done taking care of business or done traveling or done being on vacation. Because if she does that, that shows you that she's really into you and that she's attracted to you. Because even after a week and a half, hell, maybe even 2 weeks go by, the fact that she still reached out to you to then try to facilitate a date with you or a meetup with you shows you that she's really into you. So that's something that I would suggest that you do, bro, is the next time you run into one of these situations, have the woman reach out to you whenever she's done doing whatever she needs to take care of. And if she does that, if she actually reaches out to you, then that shows that she likes you. So sign number 4 is that she's nervous. So here's the thing. When you are an attractive man to the woman, she will be nervous to a degree, right? Although she's going to be good at hiding it, right? They could be really good at hiding it, but there are certain ways that you can pick up when she's nervous. Now, the reason why she's going to be nervous is because she's highly attracted to you. She thinks that you are very handsome, very attracted to her. You may be her type. And women get nervous around handsome and attractive men because they don't come across them that often. Do they see them on social media and all that stuff? Yes, but it's a different story when they're actually in person with you. You're going to stand out to her. And since she's not used to seeing a lot of handsome and attractive men like that, she's going to be nervous. She's not going to really know how to react to that because she's not used to being in those situations. That's really why anyone gets nervous, is because when you're put in a situation that you're not accustomed to, that is pretty new to you, you get nervous because you don't know how to react to the situation. You don't know how to adjust. You don't have a whole bunch of context and data that you can rely back on to know how to navigate in that situation. That's kind of how women act when it comes to handsome and attractive men. And you're going to see that certain women, they may be more shy, they may be more reserved with you because they're nervous, because they find you attractive, but they're still going to make an effort to engage and invest in the conversation. So keep that in mind. Look out for that when you're having dialogue with a woman. But other subtle ways that women will display that they're nervous because they find you attractive is like their body language, right? Maybe their hand is shaking, you know what I mean? Maybe they're like constantly twirling their hair and they're looking away from you, like they're not really making eye contact with you. They struggle to make and maintain eye contact with you. You know what I mean? They're even like blushing to a degree. You can see that their face, their cheeks are turning red. Those are some of the subtle signs that a woman is nervous, but she's trying to hide it. She's trying to be cool. And another form of being able to know if a woman's nervous. Now, the thing is, you're not going to really know when this happens at the moment that this happens, but this is something that you more so figure out after the fact. But women have told me that they've had half a bottle of wine before going out on a date with me. I'm like, damn, half a bottle? Or like maybe like a glass or two, because they were nervous. They were nervous to meet up with me and they wanted to calm the nerves. You know what I mean? So basically using liquid courage, just like how dudes do, how dudes use alcohol as liquid courage to ease their nerves so that they can go approach a woman. That's the same thing that women do. You just don't hear that often because they're not put in that setting that often, because there's not that many dudes like that would have them doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, this isn't going to be something that you will know right off the bat, but women have told me like, yeah, like I had like a glass or two of wine before I met up with you because I was nervous to meet you. And this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. This just means that they're highly attracted to you. And just to showcase this to you, I'll move myself to the side. So this was a conversation that I was having with a woman that I met at a bar a few months ago, and we were just talking back and forth, and I dropped her my number before I left the bar, and she told me, she was like, how do I know you're gonna text me? So she thought I was just gonna play her, like I wasn't just gonna text her, or that I was gonna give her a fake number. So we were just texting back and forth. She texted me because, again, I gave her my number, which that's something that I would suggest that you do. If you meet a woman at a bar or whatever, you give them your number. Don't ask for their number. You give them your number. That's more of a masculine and smooth way and an abundant way of approaching that. Now, we were just talking back and forth, and I said, how come you didn't think I would text you back? I knew why she thought that, but I wanted her to tell me. And she said, I honestly have no idea. Sometimes I just say shit when I'm nervous. And then I just was probing a little bit more. And I said, you were nervous? How come? I had no idea. And she said, I just get nervous when I talk to attractive guys, I guess. So I'm telling you guys, women will get nervous when they find you physically attractive and they are into you. So moving on to sign number 5 is that women will initiate conversation with you, right? They'll initiate conversation with you. She'll constantly reach out trying to talk to you. You'll get the good morning text. This is a long good morning text that I received from a woman not too long ago, right? Women will check in with you, see how your day went. What are you up to? What are your week or weekend plans? All these things. They'll constantly try to initiate conversation with you. They're going to wonder when they can see you again. Like they'll ask you like, hey, when can we see each other again? When can we get together again? I don't have a whole bunch going on this weekend. When are you available this weekend? I would like to see you. They'll ask things like that. They'll initiate the conversation with you when they're really into you, as well as the response times with you are going to be a lot quicker. See, here's the thing. Women do have their phones on them all the time. Everybody has their phones on them all the time. And unless the woman is working and you know that she's working, if a woman is being slow constantly to get back to you, to constantly reply to you, she's not really feeling you like that. She doesn't have the urgency to get back to you. She doesn't look at you like that in a way where she has to have urgency to get back to you because she really wants to see you. She doesn't want to lose the attention that you are giving her, but she doesn't want to lose out to you, potentially to another woman, because she's really into you. She wants to make her interest known to you, but again, she's going to do it in a more subtle way. And you're also going to see that women are going to send longer texts, double text, hell, maybe even multiple text messages, which just showcases their investment and their enthusiasm in the conversation with you. Now, moving on to sign number 6 is that a woman is going to bring up exclusivity. Now, they're going to do this in a more subtle way. And this doesn't necessarily mean like they're going to bring up the question of like, hey, are we boyfriend and girlfriend? They're not going to necessarily do it like that, but they're going to be more subtle about it. So here's the thing. When a woman is really into you, she's going to find subtle ways to let you know that she's only seeing you. Now, I know after me just saying that, some of you are probably going to be thinking, oh, Jordan, she's lying. Like, I'm not going to believe her and all those things, which, you know what? I don't blame you if you think that. I don't think we need to automatically assume that she's lying, but I don't think we need to be quick to just totally take what she's saying at face value either. And before I get into that, I want to talk about how they're going to display this to you, how they're going to bring this up. So you'll have some women that will say things like, oh, I haven't gone on many dates in a while. This is the first one in a long time. They may even say, oh, this is the only date I've been on, or you're the only person I wanted to go on a date with. You were the only person that intrigued me, things like that. Or I stopped talking to or stopped going on dates with other guys after we met, or I'm more of a relationship type of woman. Like, they're going to bring up these things to you. And here's the thing. These things are going to more so happen after you've gone on a couple dates with a woman, or you met up with a woman a couple of times and you guys spend time with each other. You're going to more so see these things start to pop up after a couple of times of spending time with each other. They're not going to really say this on the first date like that. Depends on the context. Like they say, like, I haven't gone on many dates in a while. This is my first one in a long time, or I don't like dating around like that. Those type of things they may bring up on the front end of you guys meeting and getting together and stuff like that, as far as like you guys going on a first date. But as far as like saying things like, I stopped talking to other guys, or I stopped going on dates with other dudes after we met, like obviously that's going to happen at least after the first date, right? At least after the first date. Now, here's the thing. When you start to see that a woman brings this up to you multiple times on her own, that's something to peep out. Like, if you're not bringing that up, if you're not talking about exclusivity, which I don't believe men should, I don't believe a man should be bringing up exclusivity. Let her bring that up to you, because that's going to showcase that she's really into you, that she views you as that dude, right? Let her bring up exclusivity to you. Don't be bringing that up to her. But here's the thing. How do you kind of know if she's telling the truth? You can never know 100% sure. But one thing that I would advise you guys to start to look out for is her actions, her availability, her behavior, and her treatment towards you. And if she's constantly bringing this up in subtle ways, as far as basically telling you that she only, wants to see you, she only wants to go on a date with you, or go on dates with you, meet up with you, talk to you, all these things. If she's constantly available to you, if her treatment to you is great, and if you see that she's constantly checking in with you, reaching out to you, following up with you, wanting to talk to you, if you can tell that a lot of her time and energy outside of, let's say, work and stuff like that is being dedicated towards you, and again, she's bringing these things up voluntarily on her own without you prompting her to bring these things up to you, and after some time, like, you constantly see, okay, she's constantly making herself available to me, she's constantly meeting up on the date, she's giving me great treatment, we've been intimate, all these things, like, you see all these things start to, stack up over time, she's probably telling you the truth. She's probably telling you the truth. Yes, don't be so quick to believe them. Don't be so quick to believe them, because you don't know. You don't know. But give them some time. See how their actions are. It's the actions that speak louder than words. So peep out the actions, right? Now, moving on to the 7th and the final sign is that The woman is going to break rules for you. So here's the thing, man. Women do have a bunch of rules for the majority of the men out there. And the reason why they have a bunch of rules for the majority of men out there is because the majority of the men aren't the type of dudes that they want. They're not the type of dudes that they're checking for. And when a woman is highly attracted to you, she's not going to have all these rules for you. I'm just going to keep it a stack. She's not going to have all these rules for you. No. She's not going to have a rule where, oh, we got to go on X amount of dates before we're intimate. Right? There's not going to be any of that. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that a woman is going to be intimate with you on the first night, because you also have people say like, oh, if she's not intimate with you on the first night, then she's not into you, blah, 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 blah. That's not necessarily true, because especially as women start to get a little bit older, let's say like late 20s, early 30s and so on, they've had decent amount of experience to know, okay, I need to adjust the way I approach things. I need to adjust the way that I approach the handsome, attractive men that I've been with. That's how women are going to think. Right? You're going to see that certain women are going to have their guards up a little bit. Certain women are going to not be so quick to be intimate with you on the first night, because especially towards the mid 20s, late 20s and onwards, a lot of these women do want to be in long-term relationships. And here's the thing. I know some of you guys are going to have a problem with that. But if you guys want to date women, if you want to even be in relationships with women, you have to understand that every woman's going to have a past, bro. I'm not saying that you should get with a woman that's been with a lot of different men. I'm not saying that at all. But you just have to understand that to a degree, a woman is going to have a past. And that's just something that we have to accept, or we don't have to accept it. You don't have to accept it, but just understand like you're going to struggle when it comes to dating if you can't get past that. But with that being said, there are going to be certain women who aren't going to be so quick to be intimate with you, maybe on the first night or like the second night that you guys meet up, because she doesn't want to come off like every other woman. She doesn't want to give you the impression that she does this with every man. Because here's the thing, just because she may be with you on the first night, be intimate with you on the first night or second night, whatever, let's say that she does do that, that doesn't mean that she's doing that with every other man. That doesn't mean she's doing that with every other man just because she's doing that with you. Dudes think that women are doing that with every man. No, because number one, most dudes don't got it like that for women to be viewing them in the way where they would be intimate with them on the first night. But number two, there has to be some type of chemistry. There has to be some type of vibe there. She does have to be safe with you. She has to feel safe with you. You know what I'm saying? And depending on the woman's experience and the context from what she's coming from, certain women are going to be cool with being intimate with you on the first night. Other women aren't going to be just yet. It's not that they don't want to be, but based on their past experience, they may be a little bit more cautious. They may just feel you out a little bit more. That doesn't mean that you guys won't kiss, maybe make out, maybe do other things beyond that. But just understand that even if a woman isn't intimate with you on the first night, first date, second date, whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean she's not attracted to you or that she's not into you. But a lot of times, like, women are going to be willing to be intimate with you sooner rather than later. And again, a lot of dudes think that they do this with every guy. They don't. They don't. Trust me, they don't. And women are going to have like an obstacle course for you to jump through, and you're not going to have to spend a certain amount of money on her to see her more, spend time with her. Like, they're not going to have all these different rules and regulations and obstacle course, have you go through rigorous League of Assassins, Batman training to get with her. Like, they're not going to have you do all that stuff because she's physically into you. She's highly attracted to you. Maybe the vibe and the chemistry is there as well, right? All those things come into play. And like I said earlier at the beginning of this video, they're not going to create their own obstacles and roadblocks to get to you. Again, that doesn't mean a woman's going to be intimate with you right away. It doesn't mean every single woman is going to be intimate with you right away. And I wouldn't even expect that personally. I wouldn't expect that because me, if you're going to ask me personally, if I'm meeting up with a girl for the first time, I don't have any expectations. I'm not really trying to even get with her the first night. I'm going to keep it a sec. I'm not trying to get with her the first night because I got to see if I like her. I got to see if I'm comfortable with her. Yeah, I got to see if I'm comfortable with her because these are new people that you're meeting. You don't know them. Just because she's physically attractive, yeah, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that the situation warrants you guys to be intimate. She's scanning you. She's trying to make sure that you're safe, that you're cool. You got to do the same as a man. Men don't have a whole bunch of qualifications. Women do. And that's the problem that a lot of guys have is that women have qualifications, but men need to have qualifications too. People should have qualifications. You shouldn't just be getting intimate with any and everybody just because you guys are attracted to each other. That's going to play a role, duh, but that doesn't mean that's the only qualifier for you guys to be intimate. And that goes on both sides for the man and the woman. But just understand that when you are that dude, though, when she is attracted to you, they're not going to create those roadblocks and obstacles that are going to prevent the woman woman from getting to you because she's really into you. So if you want extra help when it comes to maximizing your looks, becoming the most confident and attractive version of yourself, receiving the type of treatment that I talked about in today's video, and attracting your ideal woman, then again, I would highly suggest that you check out my free IAB training. I'll have it linked down below in the description and the pinned comment. With that being said, I hope you got a lot of value from this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos like this. And with that being said, I will talk to you in the next video.